What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including it's now happening as a decline in WWE is starting again. Who could replace Triple H? Is Randy Orton retiring? A WWE star charging fans a fortune? Matt Riddle accuses Brock Lesnar? And much more. Our first story looks at WWE in trouble. Our top story today takes a look at the status of WWE SmackDown, particularly how attendance figures show that the brand and WWE may not be as hot as fans are led to believe. According to WrestleTix on X, WWE had just over 7,000 fans in attendance for Friday's show. This isn't bad by any means, and in 2018 and 2019, 7,000 people attending SmackDown would probably be considered a major W at the time. However, it was also revealed that WWE held a show in the same arena back in February of this year, and in that particular show, which was a Raw show, it attracted 12,000 plus fans. And this means that between February and October this year, there's been a major drop-off. This should be causing alarm bells for WWE, as such a substantial drop-off in such a short space of time is virtually unheard of. Granted, February is around WrestleMania season, and granted, WWE yet again decided to increase ticket prices for the weekly shows. But is this a sign that WWE's popularity is starting to fall again? The obvious factor here is SmackDown itself. The SmackDown product isn't remotely hot as a show, and it's a show that is heavily panned on a weekly basis by fans online. WWE charging crazy amounts of money for tickets to a show that isn't that great is never going to work. And if SmackDown continues down the same path, these attendance figures are only going to get worse as the months go on. This is definitely an issue that is exclusive to the SmackDown brand. As for Raw, for the most part, has no issues in selling tickets. Raw also has the benefit of having compelling stories across the board. And it's kind of obvious that Raw is the #1 show for WWE, and SmackDown is just falling to the side as if it doesn't matter. There have been calls from fans to see WWE introduce a draft. But even if this occurs, the same creative team is still going to be leading the charge on the Blue brand. So unfortunately, not much is going to change in terms of overall quality. Right now, WWE seems to heavily revolve around viral moments being created on social media rather than consistency on WWE shows. Many believe that WWE has some sort of creative burnout and don't want to seem to fuel exciting storylines anymore. Who could replace HHH? Fightful Select had a rather interesting Q&A this weekend. And during the Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp addressed who could potentially replace Triple H in WWE as head of creative, and this is what he had to say. There were two big front-runner options. There's always a chance someone like Brian Gowitz could be brought in and given the spot considering his history, his track record, and proximity to The Rock. I also think that CM Punk could end up being one of the more influential names in wrestling in the coming decades. I would honestly be surprised if he didn't end up taking over NXT whenever it is that Shawn Michaels wraps things up. There are also people like Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud, who could gain influence along with people like Bobby Roode. There will always need to be a final decision maker. Now, this is a topic that often causes debate on social media, and Brian Gowitz is a name that often comes up. CM Punk is also a solid shout, especially with his new influence in NXT. With that being said, there appears to be no signs of yet that Triple H is going to be replaced or is ready to depart WWE. Whilst the reception to the WWE product this year has been heavily mixed, WWE and TKO are still delivering record numbers in terms of gates and annual grosses. So it'll be nonsensical for WWE and TKO to even consider replacing the game at this moment. Next up is Randy Orton retiring. A WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, recently made comments related to Randy Orton on the Pat McAfee show, and this led to speculation that Orton could be looking to retire relatively soon. Rhodes would claim that he doesn't know how long Orton has left in the ring, and now Rhodes has clarified what he meant by those comments. Speaking to Local 12, Rhodes compared the situation to that of John Cena. When I say we don't know how much longer we have, a lot of it stems from the fact that John Cena has made it so clear that this is it. This is the final year. A lot of wrestlers, when they say, "Hey, I'm out," they're meaning it more than ever, solely because it's a young man's game. Not that that really affects either of those two guys, but at a certain point you can step out and say, "Hey, this thing is in the best place it's ever been. Wrestling is everywhere across so many different platforms. I can walk away satisfied." And whilst Orton's history with injuries is well documented, he's said to be doing rather well, and WWE reducing the live event schedule will definitely add significant time onto Orton's WWE career. There have been some fan theories that WWE is going to use these comments to further the issues between the two top names. WWE actively teasing a feud between the two friends, or Norton taking issue with the fact that Rhodes was in there since writing Orton off would definitely be a unique way to take things. It was reported last month that the original finish to Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre at Wrestlepalooza was supposed to see Orton accidentally cost Rhodes the title. There's now speculation that WWE are going to revisit the same style of finish for Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel next weekend, as Rollins took out Orton with a curb stomp on SmackDown. So Orton will no doubt be seeking revenge. Or next up, this WWE star charging fans a fortune. WWE star Tama Tonga has listed a $10,000 price for his videos on Cameo, making him the most expensive user on the platform. However, there seems to be a little bit of misinformation here, as Tama Tonga is not charging personal videos $10,000. Personal videos only cost $100, but anything related to business is worth $10,000. Currently, the Bloodline star is on the injured list and has yet to return. Next up is Cody Rhodes leaving for Hollywood. Now, Cody Rhodes was said to have impressed with his role in the new Street Fighter movie, and now Rhodes has addressed his future in Hollywood. Speaking to W12, Rhodes stated that he would love to take more opportunities in the Hollywood realm. If those opportunities come up, I love those opportunities. The idea that we can go off and do this and tell stories in different worlds, meet these new people, and challenge ourselves as storytellers or artists or however you want to look at a pro wrestler. It was very helpful for me to do it. I came back better at wrestling, believe it or not, from being able to go and do that. Rhodes would add that he would love to find his own lane, similar to The Rock and Batista. So I'd like to find my own lane. I've watched what The Rock has done. Smashing Machine is, no pun intended, it's a smash. It's unbelievable his work. Batista, completely different lane. Unbelievable work. John Cena and the Peacemaker stuff, it's gangbusters. If that's the route we're going, I want to find a different lane. But I'm very grateful for the path that they've set and how they're doing it. Now, the acclaimed work of the likes of Batista and John Cena without a doubt opened the door for names like Rhodes. And it could be argued that these opportunities wouldn't be present for current WWE stars if XW names didn't have such a positive reputation in Hollywood. And we're definitely seeing more and more names from WWE wanting to venture into Hollywood, and this is likely to be a growing trend in the coming years. Rhodes also mentioned in a different interview that he'd like to do his own stunts in the movie. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, he mentioned G does a few things in the video games. You know, G's going to do a sonic boom. You know, he's going to do the Flash gig. I was adamant that anything that's a stunt I wanted to do. That means being on the wires, and I wanted to do it. This is definitely really cool. If Cody Rhodes wants to do his own stunts in the film, it definitely means he's enjoying his Hollywood roles. Next up, Matt Riddle accuses Brock Lesnar. And Matt Riddle's recent interview with TMZ is causing a ton of controversy, and he's even accused Brock Lesnar of going into business for himself. Riddle shared a story from 2022 Elimination Chamber match, and according to Riddle, Lesnar forgot his plan spot, so we cut the match short by 15 minutes. I've worked with Brock a couple of times. Elimination Chamber in Saudi. He literally forgot what number he was supposed to come out and punch the plexiglass door, which isn't like super strong. Like, I can kick through it, but you're not supposed to. And then he just bomb rushed. He cut the match by 15 minutes. He's like, oh, sell F5. Paul Heyman pretended like it didn't happen, or he was like, oh, that was my mistake. And it's like, no, it wasn't. It's effing him, dude. Like, he just went into business for himself. That was in fact reported at the time that Lesnar's pod malfunctioned. So, it's likely more the case that Lesnar was forced to enter the match early rather than he went into business for himself. Finally, an epic title run incoming. Now, final story today takes a look at new comments from Kevin Nash, who is suggested to fix the struggling Raw Tag Division. It's no secret that the Raw Tag Division is on life support, as reigning champions Judgment Day barely defend the titles, and it's even becoming an active running joke on television that they never defend the gold. Now, on his podcast, the WWE Hall of Famer has stated that WWE should give the belts to the Usos, and GB&J should embark on a year-and-a-half run with the titles. Or do they go in and get the tag belts, the brothers? And have like a year-and-a-half run with the belts to blur that aspect of the card, because you've raised both the Usos as single stars now. Then you put them back together. Nash would also add their WWE could easily revisit the two respective singles runs. They're saying you can't walk down the ring with two belts. Sean and I had the tags, he had the IC, and I had the world all at the same time. This honestly is not the worst idea in the world. The Raw Tag Division really needs something, and that something could be an established tag team that fans love. Naturally, putting the titles on Jay and Jimmy will force WWE to book the tag titles, as meaningful as Jay in particular is a main character on television. So the tag titles will massively benefit from the rub. There was speculation on the road to Crown Jewel that the Bronze were going to get the tag titles, but that doesn't look to be on the horizons as of yet. WWE are more interested in continuing the Bronze feud with Roman Reigns, but hopefully they revisit the idea of the division having all the gold in WWE down the road. The presentation and booking of the Raw tag titles has definitely been a casualty difficulty of the short PL match cards. The tag titles from both brands are rarely defended on PL. However, with 2 and 1/2 hours of Raw each week, there's zero reason why the tag titles can't at least have one monthly defense on television.